Hi, I'm Henry Acosta, and you're listening to Health Professional Radio. For today's show, we have Professor Marco Falasca of Curtin University, Australia. He has published more than 100 papers in reputed journals and has been serving as an editorial board member for several international journals around the world. Professor Marco has achieved a lot through his academic years and is now a professor in Curtin University, Australia, and he specializes in metabolic science. Professor Falasca is leading research into medicinal cannabis treatment at the Curtin Health Innovation Research Institute. Today we're here to talk about medicinal cannabis since a shipment has just arrived in Perth from Canada. With that, welcome to the show, Professor. We're glad to have you on board.
Hi, good day. Thank you for your invitation.
And can you give us a little bit more background about yourself?
Yeah, I moved from London in Perth in 2014, and I worked on cell metabolism, in particular in cancer cells, and the main aim of my research is to find new therapeutics, new drug to treat cancer, in particular pancreatic cancer.
Wow. And since a shipment has just arrived in Perth from Canada with medicinal cannabis, what goes into your research with regards to medicinal cannabis?
Yeah, in particular myself, it's been a long journey. I've investigated the role of lipid in cancer progression, and this lipid a very, very similar structure to endocannabinoids. And so, long story short, we found a molecule that is blocked. The activity of this molecule is blocked by particular cannabinoids, and we found that this is effective in limiting the cancer progression. So, and therefore, now we are going to investigate the role of the, other than the isolated cannabinoids, the all extract.
And what exactly is medicinal cannabis?
Medicinal cannabis is basically extract of the cannabis that it can be used for medical purposes. There are different diseases that can be treated by starting from multiple sclerosis or even cancer. So, of course, when we talk cancer, we need to be a bit cautious. We not talk about cure or curing. So we hope one day, but now we, from one side, we've seen there is an improvement, and this is proven, scientific. There is an improvement of side effects, but what we're looking at is that, in addition, our novelty is that we found that there's also an improvement in the activity and efficacy of chemotherapy. So, and this is, of course, is quite interesting.
I see. And how does it work with regards to people who need it, and what are the benefits that it gives patients?
As I said, one of the benefits, for instance, in cancer patient, you have specific effect on the side effect of chemotherapy, like you can reduce the nausea, diarrhea, thing. On top of that, we hope to with clinical trials to demonstrate that you have an improvement in the efficacy of therapy, and then prolong the survival of cancer patients.
I see. And what's usually the biggest misconception that goes around with medicinal cannabis?
Yeah, of course, when we talk about medicinal, you need to take into account that unfortunately most of the people think of the recreational use, and so it's this is a bit unfortunate. There's a lot of discussion around this, but of course we're focusing on medicinal purposes, so we need to distinguish the two things, and we hope we can have easier access to the use of these tools for the medicinal use.
I see. And can you tell us a little bit more about your research with it? What have been the results, and what are you currently working on?
Yeah, as I said, we're working on specifically on pancreatic cancer, and we try to. It's a very aggressive disease, so and the survival rates are very low, unfortunately. So, and we try to identify better cure, better drugs combination, and among this we found that derivative of cannabinoids are very effective, and we hope now to study extract from medicinal cannabis and see if we can improve the activity we have seen with isolated cannabinoids.
I see. And do you think it helps prolong life for people with pancreatic cancer, or it's just it helps with the management of the treatment or pain management?
No, look, we've done lab experiment. We use mouse model of cancer, the pancreatic cancer, that is very similar to the human disease, and we've seen a substantial increase in the survival. So we hope to reproduce the same success in cancer patients. So this means that could be a very good thing for cancer patients if we can prolong the survival in a disease where the survival is so limited, unfortunately. So this is, I think, is very important. So I think a substantial improvement would be a substantial breakthrough in this is reproducing in clinical trials in humans.
Well, that sounds like good news for everyone. And what inspired you into getting into this line of research?
Look, in a way, very motivated in cancer research. It runs in my family. I have had many relatives, unfortunately, with cancer, starting from my grandparents and my brothers. So it's something personal. And my main motivation is to find better response and solution for cancer patients. And of course, then there is other components. So I think this is a bit, I'll say, is a very difficult field, but at the same time, if successful, can give you great satisfaction.
And what is your main takeaway message that you want our audience to leave with regards to the medicine?
Yeah, I think the main takeaway, we're not saying we're curing cancer, we're saying we have the wonder drug with wonder pills, but I think there is, beyond the myth that surrounds cannabis, there may be some scientific support that medicinal cannabis can be not just a tool to improve the side effects of cancer patients, but also survival. This is a quite substantial claim, but I think this can be and could be supported by experimental evidence with clinical trials soon.
Awesome. And for our last question, what's the best way to maybe get in touch with you guys, and maybe if any professors or any health professionals don't want to get in touch with you and help with your research, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm very open. I have a website, email, contact with many people. You may understand as many people contact me that want to know more. It's part of my job to not just stay close in my lab and my office, but communicate with people and communicate what we are doing. And so it's very easy to get in contact by email and discuss what we are doing.
Awesome. Well, that's all our questions for today, and thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was Professor Marco Falasca of Curtin University, Australia. We just finished talking about medicinal cannabis and what is going on with the research and experiments around it. If you want to listen to more health-related interviews and more info about medicinal cannabis, you can visit us at www.hpr.fm. We're also available on SoundCloud and iTunes. I'm Henry Acosta, helping spread awareness and better health for everyone for Health Professional Radio.